Hello everybody, welcome to the Martial Arts of Sales. This is a 3-part series on why having an effective sales script is so important and valuable in the sales process for every salesperson, no matter what level you're at. This is the opening monologue. Now, a script is so vital that people overlook it. Why? Because some people either don't know how to create a script or they really don't want to read a script because they feel like they don't know what they're doing. But what the script does, it keeps you on a straight line path. It keeps you focused. It's like you trying to go on a vacation trip. You don't look at when the flights are, what you need to do, how much you're going to need. It's like not preparing to go on vacation. Or if you're driving somewhere, you got to know where you're going to start and where you're going to go. But you need directions on how to get there. Reading a book, you got the table of content, right? And, some people don't read it from the beginning. They may go to the middle. They may pick a certain chapter like I do. There's certain books, I don't go from the first chapter to the end. I pick and choose the topics I want to read first. You know what I mean? Not every book is like that, but you get my point. You need a path to get there, and having an effective script will get you there. It'll help you become a better storyteller. It'll help you convert more leads into sales and convert more prospects into customers. It'll increase your cash flow, your sales volume. There's a lot of rewards by having the right effective sales script. So I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. This is part 1, okay? So I'm excited about it. I think it's a topic that I need to talk about more because it's one of the most fundamental tools that a salesperson can have and also need to focus on. Now, how do you put it together is another thing. That's going to be part 3, how to build an effective sales script. So before we dig into the topic in further details, let's go to the introduction. Hello everybody, welcome to the Martial Arts of Sales. I hope everyone's having a good day. As you heard in my opening monologue, I was talking about why a sales script is so important and such an important tool in the sales process. People take it for granted that they don't need a script, and those are the average Joe Schmo salespeople that really don't become nothing but just a one-night stand person, or like they call one-hit wonders. But you have to understand and really grasp why a sales script is so important. So I'm going to have a 3-part series on this. I'm going to call it the what, the how, and the what. Okay? Part 1 is what results or what should a script wind up producing for you as a salesperson if you apply it. Okay? The second part is going to be how to build that script. There's certain ingredients that you need to have, or that I always have in my scripts, to help me become a more consistent closer and converting leads into sales more consistently. Then the third one is showing you how to do it. Okay? So it's the what, how. Okay? So I'm excited about this topic because I think this topic is really overlooked a lot. Not a lot of people speak about it, so I always try to speak about topics that I actually use every day in sales and apply it. And, I've been getting some messages recently from, my followers and subscribers that, they ask me, do I have a studio? Do I have an office? You always have different views, different sites. And I'm going to tell you, there's 2 reasons why I do what I do. Number 1 is I like being unique and original. I want you guys to be part of my day. Okay? So that's one of the reasons. The second reason is because of this coronavirus, I had to shut down an office that I had just started to lease. And I got hurt by it. And so the other thing is, I don't like staying at home doing videos because I don't like working from home. My home is my sanctuary. It's my private moment. So I like going out to work, you know, making phone calls, doing my videos and things like that. So, you know, I try to make it fun at the same time. You know what I mean? But before we dig into the topic, and the topic is, what are the results you can expect by having a very effective script? Before we dig into the topic, you're watching me on YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button below. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and also share the video with others. So as I always do, I always carry my notes. And if you see it here, I call it cheat sheet charts. I've been calling that for a while. So if you guys never heard of it, well, now you heard of it. But listen, here's one of the results that you can expect as a salesperson if you have the right script. The first thing is this, is it keeps you focused on what I call the straight line method. For those of you who saw my video on how to close through my straight line method, because when you have a script, it gives you a direction. Well, it should, right? And it should get you from point A to point B and point C. And that's basically from the opening of the call to the closing of the call, right? So you have to be able to stay focused on that, because that's what a script does. It's like having, you know, a table of content in a book. You know, it gives you the topics and the chapters. And some people like going through the middle of the book first, so they may pick a certain chapter that they want to read. That's fine and dandy. I do that as well, okay? But what it does, it keeps you focused on that straight line method. And if you're able to stay focused on the straight line method, you're going to see your sales volume increase, because you're going to convert more leads into sales, and you're going to close more deals over the phone, okay? Now, the second thing is, it helps you become more of an effective storyteller. You know, I know some of you may be objected to the word storytelling. We all tell stories, my friends. There's nothing wrong with stories. If you go to the movie theater to watch a movie, you want to hear a story. And most of those stories are fictitious. They're not even real. They're just non-fiction or fiction, however you want to call it. The thing is that we all want to hear a story. So it helps you to become a much more effective storyteller, okay? Number 3, it sharpens your sales skills by utilizing all of your sales weapons. There's many weapons I have as a salesperson, and a script allows me to keep those tools sharp. I use the tool when I need it. If I don't need it, I do not use it, but I want to know that my tools are sharp. And the only way you stay sharp with the script is you use it all the time until it becomes part of you. And the only way you can do that is if you're continuing to make phone calls, right? Does that make sense? Number 4, here's the best part. It actually helps you convert more prospects into customers. Have some of you ever had, you know, some hot leads where their customers was excited, you were excited, you started bragging to people about, hey, you know, I got this great lead, this guy's gonna go down, he's gonna close. Next thing you know, he don't even answer your phones. You're leaving all kind of messages. Now you're chasing what I call in the old days a wood lead, which means there wasn't a real lead, it wasn't a real prospect, or it could have been a real prospect, but you were not sharp in your skills, so you weren't able to box it in. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Let me see, number 5. Okay, what it does, it brings out your selling style, personality, and true value. When you learn the script, Paul Cruz is Paul Cruz. I can't be you or anyone else. But what a script does, it molds you into your personality. It brings out who you are by how you tell a story. We may have the same script, the same product. I may be able to tell the story better than you, or vice versa, because we're going to attract the customers that we're like. Does that make sense? So you have to be able to sharpen your skills, Be a good storyteller. Stay focused on that straight line so that your skills get sharpened, so that your personality comes out, so that your style blossoms. It stands out. For me, when I'm on the phone, I'm always standing up. The only time I sit down is when I'm getting the order and I'm closing the deal. So that's what it does. And then number 6, it's also a learning tool. What I mean by that, it exposes your weaknesses so that you can fix it and make improvements on your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. I'm always working to improve every single day. And one of my best things that I do to stay sharp and to work on my weaknesses is I like teaching it. Teaching is important because you're going to learn more from your students and your salespeople because they speak to many more people than one individual can, right? So it's important that you understand that it reveals and exposes your weaknesses, and that's a good thing. Some salespeople can't take criticism because they don't want to admit that they're weak in certain things. I was guilty of that early on. My ego was so big, I didn't want to take no constructive criticism. I saw it as a criticism, but actually they were trying to help me. But I was young, naive, stupid, egomaniac, but that's okay. Now, I look at those things, and I crave those things because I want to get better. And if I get better, I'm going to help my salespeople become better. Does that make sense? So, these are 6 points. There may be other ones that, script will help you accomplish. But I wanted to give you some fundamentals on the script, on what kind of results or what could happen to you as a salesperson if you apply the right script. And here's the bottom line. An effective script closes and converts more prospects into customers, which means it increases not only your value as a salesperson, but also your sales volume. Not only your sales volume, but your bank account, right? That's a domino effect. So that is the first what and why a sales script is important. So it's the what, the why, the what, and the how. Always got to remember that. So I'm working on 3 parts. This is part number 1. This is why a script is a very important and valuable tool in the sales process. I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank all of you for being part of the martial arts of sale. And till we speak again, I say goodbye for now. And before we leave, don't forget to hit the subscription button below. Give me some thumbs up if you like this video, and then share the video with other salespeople. Till we speak again, I say goodbye and have a great weekend. Bye.